welcome to a live Shaw Sports presentation.
Welcome to Shaw TV's coverage of the 2017 Silly Boat Regatta here in Maffeo Sutton Park in Nanaimo, one of the silliest fundraisers all here in Nanaimo. Again, all in support of the Nanaimo Child Development Centre. My name is Matt Carter, very excited to be here. It's a year of anniversaries. Canada 150, 50 years of the Nanaimo Child Development Centre, and 33 years of the Silly Boat Race. But no, a whole team with us as well. Of course, let's go over to Cathy Holmes, who will be commentating with me on the race. And this is your first time seeing this event.
I am amazed. This is absolutely my first time seeing this event. I've heard about it, but I've actually never had the privilege of coming down and witnessing all of this regalia. What an impressive thing. I'm so looking forward to seeing what this race is going to be.
Absolutely. So from Cathy's first race, who again 33 years of the race now, and we'll be up doing commentating, but down here closer to the water, Rae-Anne LaPlante, also the producer of this wonderful segment, will be down here interviewing the winners. And what are you looking forward to today?
Well, I'm not sure where I'm going to be interviewing the winners because we have no beach this year, which I think is probably the first year that it's just completely covered in water. So I have my gum boots today, so we'll definitely see how it goes. But yeah, it's going to be really wet and it's going to be a whole lot of fun.
Absolutely. We also talked to Child Development Centre Executive Director Scott Bradford about sort of the impact and the size of the event, both for the CDC and for Nanaimo. This is what he had to say.
Well, you know, over 30 years now, so every year it gets bigger and more known. So when you look at probably close to 10,000 people will be here throughout the day, and we have got over 40 boats from 40 different types of groups, and in each of those groups there's 20 or 30 people that are fundraising. So when you run the numbers, there's a lot of people involved in the Silly Boat. Yeah, so we're going to raise almost $100,000, probably more than $100,000 today. This has traditionally been our largest fundraiser, and all the money goes right to us helping kids. So we've got a couple hundred kids on a wait list, and so this helps us to reduce that wait list by getting kids service faster. So we're able to hire more staff, do more groups, serve more parents faster.
Great stuff again from Scott Bradford and the Nanaimo Child Development Centre. Tell you a little bit about what this race is all about. So all the teams here, they had 4 hours this morning to build a boat on site out of recycled materials. So they can have fresh duct tape, nails, staples. Those can be new, but there can be no boat kits, no proper hulls, no motors. It's all people power. So you're going to see sort of a crazy mix of. I think there's actually a bike apparatus on one, some shovels maybe. We have about 40 teams. Each team races in one of the 7 heats, and each heat winner goes on to the Grand Championship final. And we do want to point out last year's Grand Championship winner, Superette, they're back this year, as well as the 2015 Grand Champion, the Nanaimo Filipino Canadian Association. They're also racing today. But it's not just about speed, it's also about silliness, and it's also about style and having fun. So a lot of the other prizes here that the judges will be looking for, Best Team Spirit, Super Silliest Sailors, Super Silliest Boat, Super Silliest Costumes, the most pledges raised in corporate and family community groups, as well as the fastest heat time, and the best prize of all, first to sink. And I got to say, we've been walking around the grounds looking at some of the boats. I think there'll be some good contenders for first to sink, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. There was one boat that was just long. It just had nothing to it. It was just this long noodle. So definitely don't know how they're going to turn or really how they're going to move at all.
Absolutely. And Cathy, you actually have some experience with sailing. So what are some of the challenges that our teams are going to be facing today?
Well, if you can take a look behind us here, you're going to start seeing quite a heavy-duty current coming through. I'd say that right now, the winds are probably looking at about 12 to 15 knots. So when you're looking at 12 to 15 knots on the top of the water, you have to understand that underneath the water, between 2 and 3 feet, is another wave of currents. So if that boat is not just quite right, it can drift off very quickly and very easily, Matt. We have to be careful.
Absolutely. All right. So some seaworthy vessels, some long noodles. It's going to be crazy. So let's get this started and get ready for heat number 1 here in the Nanaimo Silly Boat Regatta. All right, we're just getting set here for heat number 1. Cathy, it's a beautiful sky out there, a bit of wind, so it needs to be a bit of a challenge here for our boats.
It is. It's going to be a huge challenge. Those winds are really coming around that buoy.
All right.
We have 4 teams up out of the 5 that were initially started. The Casino Nanaimo is the first one coming up on the screen right at the moment.
You see, that's a bit of a flat board there across some inner tubes, I think, is what's going on.
I think it is. It seems to be made of some kind of tubes, and there's apparently 4 or 5 rowers that are going to be on this one.
Would you bet on Casino Nanaimo?
I would bet on Casino Nanaimo. This is an opportunity for us to really win a couple of things here.
All right, coming up next in line in the blue boat, looks like that's Mercedes-Benz Team Mercedes. They finished 5th in their heat back in 2016. Also the winners of Silliest costumes, and again, I think they have some crazy, I think that's wigs, not sure if that's natural hair or not. They actually look like I sort of walked into your family reunion there, Cathy.
They do. They said that they were basically dressed for some success here is what they were looking for.
All right, from Mercedes beside them, we have the Nanaimo Yacht Club. Maybe a bit of a ringer here. You think the Yacht Club would have a pretty stellar boat?
Well, you'd think so, but with all the other boat marinas around, it's hard to say whether or not they'll get ahead on this round.
So let's give a shout out to the Yacht Club. They brought in the most pledges in the community group category for the Child Development Centre back in 2013, 14, and 15. So great addition to
And
race.
they also have no clowns, no bozos.
I would disagree with that. Coming up next, we have the Palace Hotel, and they had a crazy fast heat last year, 2 minutes and 20 seconds, but finished second just behind the Child Development Centre. So they have a very, very powerful boat, and I think actually they would maybe the favored boat in the first heat here.
Well, and they raised an awful lot of money. They raised something close to $12,000, which is a phenomenal amount of money for the cause.
Absolutely, yeah, Palace, always great to see him here every year. All right, pretty strong wind once again, and as you mentioned off the top, these currents can be a bit of a challenge. I notice the boats are lined up pretty close together here off the top.
They look really even Steven at the moment.
I wonder if we may have some battles off the front. Maybe some of the teams will try to do splash the other teams, water guns.
And they'll try and get them off their game too, won't they? I mean, the idea is to make it around that buoy as fast as they possibly can. With those currents coming and the undercurrent underneath, it'll be hard to say whether or not they get blown right back underneath that bridge or whether or not they'll make it across to at least a part of the finish line.
So speaking of the bridge, you can see there behind and above all the boaters, just absolutely packed with people down here in the park. And not surprising to see again a great turnout, beautiful weather, and a wonderful event. All right, heat number 1 ready to go. 3, 2, 1, go!
Here we go!
All right, the first look, Mercedes doing quite well there, but no, look at the Yacht Club.
The Yacht Club is really moving ahead.
Absolutely.
And, it looks like...
we have a fallen Palace. Oh! My kingdom for a life preserver.
21 years of doing the Silly Boat Contest. This is the first time they've gone down right in the very beginning. Come on, you guys. Let's see whether or not we can get you back.
While the Palaces are going there, up here, the Nanaimo Yacht Club, they're currently in first, heading toward, again, it's a yellow buoy. A lot of the boats can go fast off the front and get there, but turning can be a little bit of a tricky thing.
It's a challenge for sure, and Mercedes has quite a few members of their team really pulling forward to keep that grill in place before they come around that bend.
The only grill I know is one that has burgers on it.
Well, if you'll notice, there's some red at the bottom of that. They believe that their hopes and blood will keep them dreaming. That was the plan from the very beginning.
All right, let's take a look at the Yacht Club here as they come to, again, the yellow buoy. You notice in behind there, we have some folks for search and rescue. They're just on the safe side to make sure everyone's going on. And actually, that's a pretty solid turn there.
Turn. And it doesn't look like they're going to get caught in that current either. They're coming straight back for us, although we may have a head-on.
Oh, they're almost going straight for it. Say, here we go, see if we have a bit of a battle. No, sportsmanship.
I like that. Sportsmanship is a good thing.
Yeah. So as Mercedes again gets to the buoy, and now we may have another head-on collision between the Yacht Club and it looks like Casino Nanaimo. Jackpot!
Here we go. It's a battle of the wills. And one of the things that's interesting about the Nanaimo Yacht Club boat is that first of all, you'll notice at the front they have a flag, which is no clowns, no bozos. They're mean in business. They're going to try and outmaneuver everybody, and right now it looks like they're ahead of the game.
Yeah, they're doing great here. Heat number 1. Mercedes has also turned around the buoy there. They're making their way back. Casino Nanaimo is still heading toward the buoy, and now we're hearing some applause here from the crowd at Maffeo Sutton Park, as it looks like the Yacht Club is comfortably going to take heat number 1.
And as they do with heat number 1, they have to come and ring that bell officially. They are the winner of the first heat. That's Nanaimo Yacht Club.
Congratulations to the Yacht Club for taking heat number 1. And as with all the winners, we're going to send them down to Rae-Anne LaPlante, who's going to talk to the winners. So let's send it down to Rae-Anne.
Perfect. You guys were basically flawless out there. Like, what was your guys' strategy?
Paddle hard.
Awesome. Did you guys practice at all or no?
No practice.
And your turning radius was amazing. Have you guys built a boat in previous years?
I don't know. It's my first year doing it. Yeah.
Awesome. You guys did great. We're going to throw it to Matt and Cathy while we watch other boaters come in.
There's some interesting stuff as we watch them coming through. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, we're just going to go see replays there. Some of the sights from the first heat. Again, we see Yacht Club and Mercedes. They're neck and neck off the start, but the Yacht Club, as we saw there, really took off. Bit of an exclusive club, I guess.
It really is. And you'll also notice that on the front of their flag, they have a flag that's got a martini. And it's their emblem was Martini and Rossi on the rocks. They didn't make it on the rocks. They actually went ahead and won that first heat.
That was a turn of phrase better than the turn of the boat. Nicely done. A nice shot of the ocean there. Yes, the water's very nice. And here we see the bell ringing. All right, great stuff. Our Nanaimo Yacht Club taking heat number 1. Let's get ready for heat number 2. All right, Cathy, here we go with heat number 2. 4 more boats in here, and again, quite a wide variety of designs and craziness with this one.
The first one is Acklands Grainger, and they've got about 5 people or 6 people on their boat this time around, and they're all about safety.
I think they're going to need to, like, they're already big smiles as they see if they're going to stay up straight here. Lots of laughter as well. Yes, Acklands Grainger is the largest distributor in Canada.
There she goes already. She's down.
Largest distributor of salt water. Yes, unless they're going to race the boat upside down.
Well, the good news is they have their goggles on, their helmets on. They're all about safety.
Yes, if any boat was the first one to flip, they'd be the safest guys to do it.
The safest guys to do it.
Well, it looks like they might have need 2 boats out of this now. Oh, look at that. Oh, Mr. Safety there trying to get out of the water.
Oh no, poor Mr. Safety.
Poor Mr. Safety.
He looks like he's drowning. They may have to do mouth to mouth.
I think so. All right, anyways, as Acklands Grainger sees what they can do, we're going to move over to the RestAcon Rebels. And I believe those yellow bags are actually asbestos bags.
That's what I understand. And they said they want everyone to know that want everyone to beware of the poison that they have to win this race. They are going to, they're not going to go by it easy. They want you to beware for sure.
I love that skull off the front, very aggressive. And let's see who we got beside them. We're going over to the next boat there. Oh, look at those Canadian flag cakes.
Well, it looks like as well McDonald's restaurant is right there, and they have, I think, one of the longest boats in the whole race, actually. It's 3 or 4 pieces long, and one of them is to celebrate McDonald's 50th birthday.
3 or 4 pieces of fries there, yes.
They do. They've got fries, a little ketchup.
We'll see if they're in second place. They will have to catch up.
Very good, Matt. Very good.
All right, and over beside them, yes, the Loyal Nanaimo Bathtub Society. Of course, we're 1 week before the bathtub race, but right now, heat number 2 is off.
It's on its way. We've got a little bit of a paddle boat going on, actually, with the King. That's the Bathtub Society's local Nanaimo race boat. I think this is the 3rd or 4th year that they have been a part of the Silly Boats. McDonald seems to be well ahead, though.
Yes, and Acklands Grainger is back in the water once again.
They're back in the water, but I'm not sure they're going to make it over quick enough to catch up with the safety team for sure.
We've got a great race here off the top. We do have RestAcon Rebels in 3rd place right now, but neck and neck.
Absolutely neck and neck between McDonald's and the Bathtub Society. It's phenomenal. And the regalia that's coming behind with all those flags flaring in the wind, it's just amazing. Quite a sight to see.
I'm not surprised the Bathtub Society would think that this would be a wash off the top. But now both teams are quite a bit far away from the buoy that they have to get around.
Oh, they are.
And look, back at the start. Acklands Grainger, they're going to go for it. doing a French stroke over there.
They're going to drag that boat one way or another.
They are going to make it. We may have a record for the longest heat at this rate, but good on them. That's the spirit. That's the silliness. All right.
That's the silliness of the Silly Boat. It looks like they're going after the busy bees of the RestAcon team.
Absolutely. And let's go back over to the boy, and we do have the Bathtub Society. It looks like it's the first one to get behind the boy, but can they turn it back around and get over to the bell? McDonald's there, as I predicted, playing a little catch-up.
And look, McDonald's is coming around the bend. Now let's hope that 50th sign does not get caught on the back of that buoy.
That looks very big, Mac.
The colors are phenomenal. So many of these boats are talking about Canada's 150th birthday, and McDonald's themselves celebrating their 50th year in Nanaimo. It looks like they're ahead of the game.
Yes, exactly.
It's a neck-and-neck race, but you know, from this angle, we can sort of see that the McDonald's boat is ahead.
Exactly. We talked about speed being important, but that turning radius, as the Bathtub Society is actually coming straight for us, and we're nowhere near the bell. So as much as we appreciate the sentiment, no, McDonald's now is currently heading closer back towards the bell.
They're straight on course. Actually, the winds are with him perfectly. Ronald McDonald coming out of the middle of the rising. He's happy as can be.
The balloons in the water makes it more like 20th, but yes, no, the Bathtub Society again with that great propulsion method there.
They're close. They've turned around. Their propulsion is good. The king is busy turning that paddle wheel, but it's no match for McDonald's and his prize.
McDonald's takes heat number 2. A great race there against the loyal Nanaimo Bathtub Society. Bathtub Society right in there again to ring the bell. Second place. And again, all the great flags, all the great colors here for Canada 150.
It's been quite a birthday celebration this year with so many wonderful events that have gone on in Nanaimo. This is one of many more events coming up in the next weeks. With the Bathtub Race, I believe, coming next weekend as well.
All right, and Rae-Anne is down there on the beach, and she's trying to do a drive-through there and grab one of the winning racers there from McDonald's. So she is about to place her order right down there onto the beach, and we'll see what the Fry guys have to say. Right down to Rae-Anne.
That was quite a race. I didn't know if you guys were going to make it against the Bathtub Society. What was your guys' strategy? We didn't have any strategy.
The corner. He's a BMXer, so we know you don't want to take the corners wide. It ends the race every time.
Well, this is a great way to celebrate McDonald's 50th, don't you think?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We're going to throw it over to Matt and Cathy as everyone else comes in.
Thank you very much, Rae-Anne. Leah, let's see some of the highlights, maybe some lowlights if you're Acklands Grainger. Well, no, I'm going to call them highlights because it's in the spirit of fun there, Cathy, but that was pretty funny right off the top.
It really was. And look at how he holds on to that for dear life. He's not going to give up. He's going to swim in behind. But McDonald's takes the game today. The colors, the regalia, I love the crowns that they have with their French fries on their head. And safety first, they're all wearing really, really beautiful matching life preservers.
I'm sensing maybe a lawsuit here from Burger King, though, on the crowns. We may have to watch out for a fast food battle next year.
We shall, actually, and one of them has a crown on them that is not the Burger King crown.
Yeah, exactly. Holding his eye there. Yeah, it was a great start off by both teams. There's RestAcon Rebels again with their floaty asbestos.
And I think the RestAcon Rebels really, really went far and wide.
All right, so again, McDonald's, though, good speed and went right around the board. RestAcon Rebels, look at the smiles on the face, the smiles on the buckets. And here, once again, we see McDonald's ringing the bell and booking their trip to the final round. All right, Cathy, I'm really excited about Heat 3 for 2 reasons. One, we've got last year's grand champion team Superette in this one as well. It's a 4-team grocery battle.
It seems to be that way, and along with that, we've got the young professionals of Nanaimo in with this group as well. So, and there's just 2 people on that boat this time round.
Absolutely, as well as the Nanaimo Association for Community Living as well. They went to the final in 2016. Looking forward to do well here again. So let's see. Now, usually when the tide is out, the teams will pick different places upon the beach to start, but with the tide up so high, they've got them pretty close together, which I think makes for a pretty exciting start. We can see here on the screen the young professionals of Nanaimo, sort of in the cardboard canoe, getting set and ready to go. As mentioned, just a team of 2, and that is the minimum number of boaters you have to participate in the race.
And just a reminder that every one of these boats needs to be made out of recycled materials, so you can't just, put something on that's pre-made. People are here from 8 o'clock in the morning, and they start building their boats until noon. Oh, here we go. Come on, girls, let's get back in that boat.
All right, as it's up for the YPN, looks to clean up there. Let's move off and see who we have beside them. You know, further along we see.
So it looks like Thrifty Foods is there on the right-hand side of the screen, and on the left-hand side it appears to be the Real Canadian Superstore. So those two are almost always neck and neck in everything that they do competitively. They bring a lot to our community. Certainly the Quality Foods does as well.
So you can see some of the larger boats there. The huge boat from Quality Foods, the very long straight. Oh, there's the Superstore right there. Yep. On there, you see them with their the blue shirts. And they got shovels. They're just trying to shovel their way, dig their way to victory.
And shovels are something that we don't really need that much in Nanaimo, so this is an awfully good use for them.
Quality Foods, again, notice the very long straight boat there, white with the red trim. And again, for Canada 150, a lot of the boats having the Canada theme there, red and white, lots of flags. Really good showing from our boaters here today. All right, how's the YPN looking?
It looks like they're back together. They're just getting back into their boat. I'm not sure whether or not they're going to make it, but they're certainly giving it a valiant effort.
Yeah, a little bit of a bend I see there in the construction, so.
She's in. It's totally made of cardboard. This is a boat that's very colorful. It's got some wonderful duct tape and a rainbow array of colors.
I think we have some colorful language here in a moment.
I think they're already saying that colorful language.
Keep the microphones off there. There again, there's Superette. Again, last year's champion. And we're expecting another great race from them. Oh, a nice applause from the crowd here as the YPN.
You know, Superette has also done 2 winners, actually, in the last few years. They have 2 trophies. They're the Fast and the Furious this time around.
Let's see how fast and furious these boats go. 1, and they're off.
And they're off. Let's go.
Look at Quality Foods right off the top there. Absolutely flying.
They have almost a torpedo style of a boat, which is going to give them all the propulsion that they'll need.
Superette also rocking off, though. They're going kind of away from the boys. They do a quick turnover. Oh, they figured it out now.
Oh, and the ladies from the YPN are, well, I think their boat is just about sunk. Not quite, but it's almost there.
Exactly. So as you can see, most of the other boats, though, pretty good rocket up there. Great work again from Quality Foods, but our question is, can they make the turn? And this is where Superette, again, experienced pros, can maybe get around there and make some more time up on the way back.
And it looks like they're really closing up that distance well. One of them is going to the seaward side, the other one to the leeward side. I think it's going to be an interesting turn of events as they may end up finding themselves neck and neck at each other's bows.
Or maybe forehead to forehead and see what happens here.
Oh, very good.
And now they're just stuck. Maybe one of the other teams can come over and take the lead. If they
and it looks like that's what's going to happen, actually. It looks like Quality Foods. Oh, nope, they've come through.
Superette has got around now. They're also going to run into one or the other, to Thrifty Foods over there, perhaps exchanging some coupons. Yes, fine. They might actually need a sail with the way the wind is looking this way. So let's see what happens. Superette is now ahead, but Quality Foods has made the turn. And they're also closer to the bell.
They're pretty close, but I think they're really neck and neck. Just the distance. The Quality Foods is so much closer on the on navigation back to that bell. So unless Superette Foods can really cut that close and then run, it'll be hard to say they're close.
We're going to have a race right to the finish here. Superette trying to get ahead. Will one of the team members maybe jump out and try to swim there to get it ahead of the other team? How are they going to do this? And forward.
Yes, we have
our first
Superette. Oh, she's going to make it.
No, the other team members are.
They're both racing. It's a swim to the finish. Oh!
Quality Foods just defeating last year's champion team.
It was so unbelievably close. Unbelievably close.
More from the crowd there. Cathy and I just shouting over each other. We're so excited about that race.
You know, it's when you see a race like this. I had no idea this was going to be so much fun. What a splendid way to spend a day. If you're not already, part of this, it's something you should do year after year.
Good stuff. All right. So once again, we're sending it down to the winner of the heat. So Rae-Anne talking to the folks from Quality Foods.
Now that was probably the best heat I've ever seen. What was going through your mind when you guys were going through the turn?
We had a rudder on the back of our boat, and our goal was just to row. Just keep rowing, don't stop, hit the rudder on the corner, and just go.
I have to say, when we were looking at all the boats being made, you guys were definitely the one that I thought wouldn't come close to first.
Yeah, we had a similar design last year, and it just about worked, but we knew this year it was it.
And how does it feel to be the champions of last year?
Awesome. Yeah, I don't think it was us last year, but we came close. Yeah.
Well, good luck in your last heat.
Thank you.
Awesome. Now throwing things over to Matt and Cathy.
All right, great stuff once again from FUQ Quality Foods, taking heat number 3 in the four-team grocery battle there. Moving on to the final. All right, getting ready for heat number 4, featuring the very popular Long Lake Chiropractic and Well Pub with their straight-up Canadian, probably the most Canadian boats, and they're a really amazing team. Placed second in their heat in 2016. They've won all sorts of awards: silliest boat, silliest costumes, super silliest sailors, most pledges, 7 years in a row. So great stuff there from Long Lake Chiropractic and the Well Pub.
Not only that, actually, they have been celebrating with their boat being the 150 years. They're showing and highlighting the animals and all kinds of things. Moshka yogurt. Is that how you pronounce that? Moshka yogurt.
I have mushy yogurt for breakfast.
Moshka yogurt. And they've got their boats made out of yoga balls and yoga mats.
Hello, yes?
Absolutely.
I'm more of a Pilates mat myself.
Very good. Well, it looks like we're going to get started on this heat faster than we thought we were going to. CBI Healthcare.
Oh, look, there's our Shaw team there. Yes, Shaw Sales. We wanted to have a Shaw TV team, but we're kind of busy doing this Silly Boat Regatta broadcast. So, yes, the Shaw Sales team there, 2 of them. We'll be pulling for them, of course. Oh, and there we have beside them the Nanaimo Child Development Centre. Obviously very popular because, hey, we're doing this event for them, raising all sorts of money and, of course, awareness. And so, yes, we'll be pulling for the Shaw team, but also for the Child Development Centre team as well. Yes, the CBI Pirates. We haven't been doing much pirate voices over the course of the day yet.
No, we haven't yet, but they have had a lot of pirates on their shoulder, matey.
Who would be?
Probably want to win this one. That's the deal.
Exactly. Jolly Rogers up there.
And Nanaimo U-Log mini storage is there as well, and they have made their boat out of everything that they use for their storage units. And here they go.
And the Child Development Centre really fast off the line right there.
And Mushka looks like it's a little bit close to the edge still. They're just still trying to get off the dock.
Yeah. Child Development Centre off. And who do we have? We have 2 teams on the far side over there. U-Log Mini Storage doing very, very well. As well as who do we have beside them?
Shaw's running a little bit behind. They're trying very desperately not to crash into CBI Health Center. And
oh, we have a boat down. We have a boat down.
We have a boat down, and that boat down looks like it's Mushka Yoga.
But it's okay.
So
they're very flexible and very spiritually advanced, so they'll be able to take this.
They are. They're taking this
All right, it's going from home to home. We're going to see who's getting over to the buoy first. Looks like the Child Development Centre is in the lead, with the Nanaimo U-Log Mini Storage right in behind. And it looks like the CBI Health Center, they be getting to the buoy as well.
There's 4 people on each of those boats. They talked about having the Nanaimo U-Log has a ramming bow, and they were saying that they wanted to make sure that there was going to be blood spilled. They wanted to make sure that blood was seen from afar.
And that may be happening right about now as we have a collision in behind the buoy.
It looks like that's what's happening there as they push off of each other.
All right, but in the lead right now, in the first boat making its way back toward the bell, the Nanaimo Child Development Centre, their 50 and fabulous boat. They were first in their heat last year, 3rd place in the final, so no surprise that they're doing quite well.
And I'm hoping that you guys can see from the camera angles. I'm not sure if you can or not, but they have pictures of the children. It's an absolutely stunning boat to see close up. They've got all kinds of stuffed animals on there, all kinds of references to children and children's events. And it looks like they're going to be first place for their event. This is so exciting. They're coming forward very quickly.
Absolutely, yes. There's other boats they've battled around. We have 3 more boats that have made the turn, I believe, coming back. The Shaw boat just getting to it, but yes, coming up to the shore. See if they have a little bit of seaweed. 2 boats jumping off. 4, they're on the water.
But they've made it.
The Nanaimo Child Development Centre, obviously very popular, taking first place here in heat number 4. A really lovely job there. And again, we had a number of boats who very, very quickly right off the top, including Nanaimo U-Log Mini Storage, as well as CBI Health Center, the Pirates.
And it looks like the 2 of them are running neck and neck now with
exactly.
The Pirates and the U-Log Mini Storage. There may very well be blood coming up yet, even if we don't want it. We've got Pirates against...
All right, so let's send it right down to and talk to our winner from the Nanaimo Child Development Centre with Rae-Anne.
So the CDC won the 3rd heat, and you guys had to win this heat, but you guys won by a landslide. What was your guys' strategy?
We put the two strongest people we had in the back, and me and Jill up in front were really good at direction. As soon as it came to the buoy, it was heavy on one side, reverse on the other to turn and get around real quick.
And you guys were super competitive. You guys were even competing to ring the bell against each other.
Yeah, no, me and Brendan both were like, it's a race. As soon as we get the beach, first one wins. So it's team competition against public.
Well, good luck in the final heat.
Thank you very much, Rae-Anne. And I think, Rae-Anne, you have to get a pair of glasses like that, I think, for next year's broadcast. Those are some stunning shades, that's for sure. All right, so Cathy, a wonderful heat there, number 4. Again, the Nanaimo Child Development Centre taking that after a pretty close start, along with the ULA Community Storage and CBI Pirates. There we go, we're getting ready for heat number 5. Sponsored by Panago. Big shout out to Panago for getting some food here for our crew, and thanks to Thrifties who raced earlier getting us some beverages for our crew as well. Cathy, this is sort of the battle of the banks here. There's a number of financial institutions.
With a little tune, though. We have the Wave is there as well. The Wave and the Wolf are coming out. And Wave and Wolf, I'm particularly fond of these guys. They use beer kegs to get their flotation working.
That's funny. I use beer kegs as well.
There's something to be said. This is a non-alcoholic event. However, it is good to know that those empties can be used for a good purpose.
Recycled, absolutely. All right, here in the green boat, we have TD Canada Trust. Dubious first to sink back in the year 2000, but I think they're pretty happy with how their boat's looking for this year here. Good stuff there from the green and white of TD Canada Trust. Over here in the 3, who do we have in the 3 prongs here?
3 prongs, I believe, is RBC Royal Bank of Canada. And their man on the ship mascot is going to lead them to victory this year. It's the second time that they've used that particular mascot, and it certainly did them well last year. Yep. It'll be interesting to see where they go this year.
Big shout out again. Great team spirit for those guys. Team Spirit Awards in 2008, 10, 15, 16. Over here with the funny monkey on the front. Yes.
It's Reginald. Reginald
yes.
The monkey. Coast Capital Savings is with us on this segment.
And they're also our presenting sponsor of the event as well. So huge shout out to Coast Capital Savings. All right, yes, they're in the blue of the tubing. And also we have a late entry here, the Turnbull family and Santa Cruz.
They're bringing us a little bit of Christmas in the middle of summer, which, unfortunately 6 more months and we're back at that season. But for now, let's see them win the event.
Very, very silly, very, very silly. And we're off here with heat number 5. Oh, we have a boat down already. I believe that's Coast Capital, who are trying to save face instead of just save coins.
And their whole way down, they're cheering, and they're still grooving together and trying to show each other support. But at the moment, it looks like Toronto Dominion is coming up as the leader.
Over some waves as well, we're getting from out there. Yes, TD Canada Trust, putting trust in them, but they're slowing down a bit, getting their bearings back towards the buoy. I don't know, some of these boats could have used a couple more bearings. Santa Cruz from the Turnbull family, yes, a little bit.
They're running
a little more liquid than the North Pole here, I think.
Quite a bit more, actually. But they're making a steady event to come around the behind the Toronto Dominion. And just before that, the Wave and the Wolf are just kind of floating off into a slightly different direction, but they too are trying to bring it on port side.
Yes, exactly. Legs on kegs over there.
Toronto Dominion is taking that turn beautifully around that beautiful buoy, and they're going to come back straight head on into Santa Slade.
Well, I wouldn't mind a gift myself, so I'm not too surprised.
Well, they could be popping by to see what kind of treats are there, that's for sure.
Exactly. I think epic cameraman Derek Johnstone there might catch a crash here and see if they can get around each other. Oh, and there's the spirit of Christmas, the spirit of giving them some roof to get around, and TD Canada Trust still in the lead.
And as it goes around the lead, it looks like Coast Capital Savings and Reginald is still fighting to get forward. Reginald is probably singing the monkey song as he comes around the corner.
All sorts of monkey business here at the Silly Boat Race.
Business.
All right, all boats now looking pretty seaworthy hitting there, but definitely a clear winner looking like in this race here, heat number 5, TD Canada Trust. Coming toward the finish line, Cathy, a pretty impressive performance here.
Do you know, as we were watching them put their boat together, one of the secrets it looked like was the blow dryer that they were using to build that plastic and to make that a secure boat.
It also made my hair look really nice, too.
It did. It made your hair look really nice, man.
Finally. All right, and let's see, coming up and ringing the bell, yes, TD Canada Trust, Dream Team in green, ringing the bell and taking the victory here in heat number 5, and again winning the Battle of the Banks against RBC, Coast Capital Savings, and also Island Radio, Wave of the Wolf, and Turnbull Family in there as well.
But you'll notice we go back towards the end of that buoy on screen right now. You'll see it. There's a bit of congestion going on down there.
It's not just my allergies.
It's hard to say whether or not the Wave and the Wolf are going to be able to get past with Coast Capital and Reginald and the whole team up there.
I would just ask, maybe offer a sip from the keg later on after the race, but might be a way to do it. So, all right, let's take a look down here at the TD Canada Trust, and let's throw down to Rae-Anne and talk to the winner of heat number 5.
When I saw your guys' boat come in, I didn't have a whole lot of faith in you guys, and I didn't really know what it's made out of.
It's PVC pipe frame with some foam in the middle, and then we took some boat shrink and a heat gun, and we shrinked it up over the PVC frame to hold it all together. So
very surprising that it held all you. How many was in the boat?
We had 4 in the boat, yeah. So it held really well, more than I thought it would too. So yeah.
Very impressive. How have you guys fared out in previous years?
We've never sank, so that's good, but I'm not sure what we placed last year, so we did really good.
Well, good luck in the final heat.
Thank you.
All right, great stuff. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here from heat number 5. TD Canada Trust again, just rocketing off the start.
And the way that they pulled the team together was just phenomenal. They seem to have a system in place. They know where they're going. They know they're going to go quick, and they're going to beat the rest of the participants today.
Absolutely. And there we see him as coming around around the buoy and coming back in. And that was our first to sink there. I think Coast Capital's savings there. Yes, there we go once again. So I'm even lapping the rest of the crew. The Wave and the Wolf, nicely done there on the beer kegs. Henry Popper, they actually, one of the members, swim right to the finish line. And that's there we go, Wave and the Wolf again, getting right around that buoy.
You know, you can see the physical exertion that these team players are doing. It's amazing to watch them come together and work as a team to ring that bell.
All right, great stuff in the heat number 5 again. TD Canada Trust taking number 5, moving on to the final. And let's get ready now for heat number 6. All right, getting the boat set up here for heat number 6. Cathy, who do we have taking part in this one?
Looks like Habitat for Humanity and the Protection Island Lions Club are going to be participating. They have an absolutely huge boat. They're theming it on the style of the Love Boat, as I understand it.
Yes, they have the regional district of Nanaimo, yes. The
Dove Boat. The Dove Boat, that's for sure. And then we have the Nanaimo Filipino-Canadian Association, and their boat is really interesting because it's shaped like the boats from their home country.
Yeah, the Filipino fishing boat style. They were the grand champion back in 2015, and also Team Spirit Award in 2014. Really excited to see what they've got for us in this heat here. Yes, the Soggy Bottoms for Kids, the boat for the Protection Island Lions Club. Not to be confused with the Protection Island Lion Cub, who's just singing Hakuna Matata and dancing around everywhere.
Watch out for their mermaid, though. They have a mermaid on their bow.
Here we go.
2 and 1.
All right, Protection Island Lions Club and Filipino Association taking off quick, and we already have some carnage happening on the left side.
Oh, we have a capsized boat already. It looks like it's flipped right on over, and now they're reboarding.
Yes, looks like it's that Habitat for Humanity over there, which is trying to get back on and go.
Well, they called themselves Stinky the Tugboat, which I was rather surprised about. They decided that they'd have kitchen taps on there, everything but the kitchen sink.
They're trying to get it back going. Yes, so the Nanaimo Filipino Canadian Association in second place right now. The Protection Island Lions Club currently in the lead.
And they called their boat Soggy Bottoms for Kids. So they don't look very soggy to me. They look pretty solid. They're about to get to that buoy faster than the other boats are at the moment.
Absolutely.
But here comes the Love Boat. It's got something to sing along with as well.
Yes,
and the regional district government boat is really close behind as well.
Yeah, the Gov boat over there rallying around. The right sort of side by side now. They did a big comeback there, side by side with the Nanaimo Filipino Canadian Association. But making the turn around, the Protection Island Lions Club. Lions and Tigers and Bears.
Oh, and they have quite a strategy. Quite a strategy. I lost my tongue there for a second as we went through Lions and Tigers and Bears. Oh my.
Well, as long as it's not a tragedy. No, it's definitely a good strategy there. The first round of the buoy. And we may have a bit of a collision between Canadian Filipino Association and the Gov boat from the regional district. Phew, I think we don't have to call our safety folks in. Glad they're there, but...
Well, and Habitat Humanity is still making their way towards that buoy. They're on manpower now, or paddle pushing, or I'm not quite sure what they're doing at the moment.
Yeah, no one's sitting in the chair that's actually on the back end. It's just completely unused. He's just decided to get in the water instead. Quick shout out though to the folks from Habitat for Humanity. They're saying they're actually going to auction off their boat afterwards and raise some more money. So.
And there they go.
Well, they're not auctioning off a boat. They're auctioning
coming
off
in
a
first
stone.
place. Look, here we go. Coming in first place, we have Protection Island Lions Club. Those soggy bottoms are ready to come in.
Yes, they're actually quite dry, very seaworthy there. And as the tide comes out, right to the bow and brings it to your winner of heat number 6, Protection Island Lions Club.
That was, I think, one of the fastest heats we've had so far. It was very clean, very crisp.
Very seaworthy, absolutely.
Very seaworthy boat. They seemed to knew what they were doing right off the top.
Absolutely. However, yeah, it looks like the opposite of that is a boat from Habitat for Humanity coming back to shore then. But again, I'm sure great smiles and all the folks coming back. The Regional District of Nanaimo, the Gov boat coming over to shore now, and Canadian Filipino Association, they've gone around the buoy and they are coming back here as well. So as we let's turn our attention down to the beach here and see if we've got our winning team ready. Once again, Protection Island Lions Club is about to move off to the finals. Cathy, again, a pretty darn impressive race.
So I haven't seen you guys before. What was the inspiration to coming out to the Silly Boats?
Well, I've done Silly Boat before with other community groups, and the Protection Island Lions Club agreed to sponsor Protection Island Soggy Bottoms, so we did it. And the most wonderful support ever on Protection Island.
And none of your bottoms got soggy. You guys were just amazing out there. There you go, the soggy bottoms. Good luck in the final heat. Throwing things over to Matt and Cathy.
Thank you very, very much, Rae-Anne, who apparently finds the phrase soggy bottoms very, very funny. So let's go over to highlights there, starting up Habitat for Humanity and their big tumble off the top. And again, off the race, a great start and all the way through from the folks from Protection Island Lions Club.
And let's not forget, too, that a lot of these boats are going to be auctioned off after each of these races. So as we review some of the things that are the highlights from this last race, we'll notice that the boats themselves are still worthy of having an auction at the end. It's great to watch them coming around the buoy as fast as they can. The focus, the inspiration, the pressure, the water currents.
Great work again by the Gov boat there from Regional District of Nanaimo. Wonderful design. Again, the near collision we have shouting from the water. Great stuff from the Gov boat from Regional District of Nanaimo. And here, once again, we have Protection Island Lions Club hitting the shore, getting the bell, and booking their trip to the final. Speaking of the final round, before the final, the penultimate, heat number 7 is coming up next.
So one of the coolest parts about this whole race is watching the absolute imaginations, and this final heat has got more imagination, I think, all on one particular heat.
And as we see actually right now, more danger than any other heat because of getting this huge boat down those steps and over to the water.
Absolutely. This is a women in construction boat, and it even has grass. I mean, they've really, really worked it.
Yeah, big shout out to Women in Construction. Again, it's an organization that develops industry networks, career development, connects women throughout the construction community, and it's also supported by the Vancouver Island Construction Association. So wonderful support, and look at that boat. I think it might be the biggest one of the day. All right, so moving over, who do we got up next? Looks like Real Estate Webmasters. They were 5th in their heat at just under 5 minutes last year. Looking to try to improve on that. And now these are guys after my own heart. Look at these Vikings here from Malaire Homes.
Absolutely. It looks like you should be on that boat with them. You know, you and your Viking hut. I wonder if that was what you were being dedicated to, Matt.
I've got the right headwear. I might grow my hair out a little bit from the looks of things. But who else do we have here coming up? All right, we also have...
We should be looking for Starbucks up
Starbucks and the VIU Student Union side by side. Look at the wonderful colors there from the VIU boat. And then, again, they're going the larger boat. Starbucks going the other way. I guess that's what, so it's not a Grande or a Venti?
It's not a Grande or a Venti, that's for sure.
So yes, we have this little Starbucks boat there, but again, lots of Canadian flags. All right, we have the folks here on the Women in Construction boat getting ready to go. And the countdown is on for heat number 7. And they're off.
And they're off. Women in Construction is moving very, very quickly, but those Vikings have it right ahead of them.
Absolutely, rocketing off.
And they're rocketing off. straight line, easy focus, crossing that current without any issues whatsoever. They're like butter on the water.
I think it's just probably the headgear has something to do with it there. But
It
actually,
might.
all of the boats here in this heat doing quite well, running side by side. VAU Student Union, Starbucks over on the left there, hanging behind a little bit. And it looks like Women in Construction are starting to go towards Ladysmith.
They seem to be floating. It's a heavy built boat. If that boat decides to go over, it'll be quite the splash.
Women in Construction, Ladysmith, anyone? Ladysmith, anyone? No, anyway, so it looks like
got it. Oh, I'm sorry, Matt, I missed that.
Alaire Holmes, not to be confused with Cathy Holmes, now going around the boy there, but Real Estate Webmasters right in behind. So if the Rue crew, rule your boat, if they can make a nice turn, they may be able to go side by side with the Vikings from Alaire Holmes to the front. The Students Union and Starbucks coming to the buoy as well. Kathy, we could have a real nice finish here in heat number 7.
It's going to be a tight finish, actually. Between the two boats at the back, they're coming around. The Vikings being on the one side, the VI Student Union as well coming up close behind. It's going to be an interesting race to see how we finish.
Absolutely. Big shout out to Women in Construction as well, who got their boat going the right direction again. They're still in it with the buoy, but yes, you can see now the exhaustion from these two teams. Alaire Holmes, the Vikings, as well as Real Estate Webmasters. Two good-sized groups here racing right toward the finish.
But it looks like the Vikings are on their way. It looks like they have a full length ahead, even almost 2 lengths ahead.
They're still going
of their closest competitor.
But then again, they're quite in there, kind of like a kayak. So one of the Vikings has to get out cleanly and ring the bell.
And
maybe
that's
tough.
the challenge. But what a team that they have ready. They just calmly walk up and they've won the race.
That's no Eclair, that is Alaire. Great job there in heat number 7. Real Estate Webmasters coming in right behind there, very, very close to second place. A wonderful race for them. Then back over in the water, the Students Union still coming in, Starbucks, and yes, Women in Construction have made the turn around the buoy. So all of our teams, a really nice job here in heat number 7. What do you think about the headwear again there on Alaire Holmes there, Kathy?
You know, I think the headwear is spectacular. I think they're easily identifiable, and we're going to throw it on down to Rae-Anne.
Matt, we found your perfect team, the Vikings of Alaire Holmes. Congratulations. Is this the first time you guys have competed?
That is correct, yes.
Why the theme? Why this theme?
Not quite sure. We just thought something nautical. Vikings, they're the Canada 150, so.
What was the strategy for the boat? It's epic.
It is. We had a master contractor on the job building the boat for us. Obviously borrowed some pieces of plumbing from maybe a job site or two, and yeah, it was a feat of engineering for sure.
Well, good luck in the final heat.
Thank you so much.
Matt, you definitely have to join them in the final round, throwing things to you.
I don't know, Kathy, the biggest highlight was actually that beard.
I thought the beard was spectacular, actually.
Yeah, and a really spectacular heat. Again, all teams rocketing off the start there, but just a wonderful design from Alaire Holmes. And again, those Vikings, nicely done.
Nicely done. And their form, their style, the whole bit of it, they're certainly a memorable race for the 7th heat of our wonderful event.
Some swimming there from some of the members of Women in Construction, but why not? It's a beautiful day. The water's actually probably quite nice.
Well, I don't think I would want to fall in awfully quickly. I'm amazed at how brave and strong that these soldiers are out there, ready to win, wanting to win, and doing it for all the right reasons, that being the Child Development Centre.
Absolutely. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say perhaps not all professional paddlers on these boats. Again, you can see some of the exhaustion, but that's just part of the fun of it, right? To get out there, give it your all, and you really did see so much great work. The Starbucks crew there, smaller boat making it around, and again, the Vikings from Alaire Holmes taking heat number 7, the final of the regular heats for the day, and so they join 6 other teams into the final. So again, our final is going to look like Alaire Holmes, Protection Island Lions Club, TD Canada Trust, Nanaimo Child Development Centre, Quality Foods, McDonald, and the Nanaimo Yacht Club. Kathy, I'm very excited. And we have the final heat, the championship round coming up next.
It's the final heat, the championship, and it's going to be a tight race because they are all such amazing competitors.
All right, Kathy, here we go. The Grand Championship heat. More of our heats have had 4 to 6 boats. We have 7 boats here. And again, all the winners from earlier in the day. This is going to be quite exciting. All right, so we got TD Canada Trust in here first, the green, big bad green machine.
They had a little bit of trouble getting back into the water after being out of it now since their recent heat, but they look like they're getting ready to take the championship.
You got to give them credit because they give us credit.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're all about the money.
All right, Nanaimo Yacht Club.
Absolutely.
All about the float and all the big boats. Again, celebrating 85 plus years, and also a really solid. What was the nickname for these guys again?
You know what, I'm sorry.
Something like no bozos or no.
Oh, that's right. It was, and martinis and Rossi's on the rocks.
Oh, exactly. All right, well,
That's right.
See you after the show for a cold drink. All right, so we have the boats getting set up. Who else do we have here?
We got McDonald.
All right, here we go. Oh, yes, Rae-Anne Holmes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, the Vikings loving the headgear. I got to say, I'm a big fan there. And they just roared out there. And again, they were the last heat, so we'll see if they're a little bit tired, if they can pull it together. Nanaimo Child Development Centre, of course, very popular, who we're here for today, raising money. And again, very impressed with their boat as well.
Really glad that they managed to end up in the final heat.
So Protection Island Lions Club, again, the soggy bottoms, not soggy as all.
Yes.
I think that's Rae-Anne's favorite phrase now. Soggy bottoms. It's just oh, there we go. Now we're getting fried here. French fries and the McDonald's team. I believe it was 50 years of McDonald's in Canada. They're celebrating along as 50 years of the Nanaimo Child Development Centre. And also, again, even with the ketchup in tow, they told the line to get around. That doesn't even make any sense. That's a horrible metaphor. Sorry, Cathy.
That's okay. It's all good.
Thank you for hitting me in the forehead.
Quality Foods is coming down as well. They have a rudder on the back of their boat, which gives them a little bit better for streamlining when they're coming around the buoy. Let's see whether or not it serves them well in the final round.
And we haven't seen all the official times. I believe I heard that they were one of the only, if not the only team to post a sub 2-minute time.
They did. They were 1.59 seconds.
Only 1.59 seconds. That's really fast.
That's, I mean, sorry, 1.5, yeah, no, 1.59 minutes, not seconds.
Well, this is why we're on TV. We're very good at math. But yes, Quality Foods, all quality, as they said there when they're doing their interview afterwards. And they, I guess we probably could call them the favorites with their big race there in heat number 3.
So many of the boats are dedicated towards Canada's 150th birthday, so many of them as well celebrating their own anniversaries. What a tremendous turnout. What a great final round.
And you can see the shot here of all the boats in the water, and again, just the crowds here. It's just a beautiful day down in Maffeo Sutton Park in Swilano Lagoon, and just great to see the support here for the Child Development Centre here in Nanaimo, as well as these brave boaters.
They were expecting somewhere around 12,000 people at today's event. Let's hope that we've exceeded those numbers.
All right, they're just about to count down the finalists here before we get our final race going. Pardon me. All right, Nanaimo Yacht Club once again. All right, McDonald's over on the far side. Again, we'll just run them down here as they do the announcement. Again, Nanaimo Yacht Club, your winner in heat number 1. McDonald's, the winner of heat 2. Quality Foods in heat 3. The Nanaimo Child Development Centre in heat 4. TD Canada Trust in heat 5. Protection Island Lions Club in heat 6. And Rae-Anne Holmes, my favorite Vikings there, in heat number 7. Getting a nice round from the crowd as well. And there the announcer again, saving Nanaimo Child Development Centre for the final introduction. A great shout out here from the crowd. Here we go.
Let's go.
We are off. Your 7 best boats of the day. And look at that, neck and neck for all of them, Cathy Holmes.
They're very, very close to each other, that's for sure. But
a little bit of collision over on the left there.
Who is it between? Oh, nope, there's going to be another one with the Vikings.
They're turning the fries into mashed potatoes.
They absolutely are.
Yes, it looks like the Vikings, Rae-Anne Holmes, are right, and they're sort of getting caught up there with Quality Foods.
They're caught in the middle in between, and McDonald's is now taking them from around the back.
Oh, and they're just knocking over Protection Island. You might need some more protection after that.
TD Canada Trust has got a bit of a strategy, although it seems like they're going to Ladysmith. I think that they're going to try to turn around to see if they can get around the buoy from the other direction.
My error, it looks like actually the Yacht Club were getting tangled up there with their fast food order on the side. And look at, TD Canada Trust over on the far right, avoiding all the carnage and chaos.
Very wise of their decision. They have strategy. Let's see whether or not it pays off for them. But McDonald's right now seems to be awfully close to being second or third place. And right now the Vikings are coming right around the bend.
Singing the 80s classic, Let's Hear It for the Boy. I think it was Denise Willis, Hear It for the Boy. No. Look at this absolute chaos here. Again, I can't say we're chaosing up.
It's chaos. The fries are out. There's going to be some lunch.
Let's just call it off now. No one's going to get back out of this, I don't think. I've seen plates of spaghetti with less chaos.
Well, as confusing and all as it is, they know what it is that they're doing.
All right,
Child Development Centre is in the lead, is what we're hearing.
Absolutely, and again, McDonald's though over on the far left, and we have
hard to say.
Quality Foods and Rae-Anne Holmes over on the far right. The Child Development Centre going a little bit off course, so McDonald's on the far
has got
left.
a straight line. It seems to be ahead of this heat. It's hard to really tell from the angle that we're standing at as to which one is which, but it looks like the Child Development Centre might be turning a little bit to the wrong side. McDonald's is moving forward very, very quickly to straight towards the bell.
Oh, looks so like Child Development Centre's got things turned around a little bit. But yes, McDonald's is coming up. We got some Canada geese getting out of the way. I don't blame them.
I was going to say, even the geese are getting out of the way. Here comes McDonald's coming close to the bell, but that doesn't matter. Someone's coming out.
Place your order. Your 2017 champion, McDonald's Restaurants of Canada.
Congratulations and happy 50th to McDonald's.
Absolutely. And look at this, Nanaimo Child Development Centre racing into second place. We have the Yacht Club and Quality Foods streaming up there. And it looks like Quality Foods gets third. Nanaimo Yacht Club taking fourth. Protection Island Lions Club just drifting in there between the other groups, along with Rae-Anne Holmes. TD Canada Trust here pulling up there. Wow, that was
and the Child
race.
Development Centre as well. It has been an incredible final heat.
Absolutely, high fives all around here from all of the, you want to call them competitors or contestants, but really they're all in this game together. The winners are really the kids from being served by the Nanaimo Child Development Centre. And I gotta say, that was quite a race. Kathy, what did you think for your first time watching Silly Boat races?
I'm absolutely amazed by the integrity and the fantastic color, and the regatta in itself is spectacular. Let's go to Rae-Anne and talk to the winners.
First off, I love your shoes.
I know
they're just amazing.
Yes, French fries, McDonald's. We gotta go with the McDonald's crew.
And looking at your guys' boat, I didn't think it would make it. I thought the French fries would weigh you down, but clearly it didn't.
It was the power of Ronald McDonald. We have his head there. Just his head, though. That's it.
That's all you need.
That's all we need is the head.
Well, congratulations on being the winners. That was just an amazing heat, and it's always fun seeing like the last race where you guys are like colliding. You don't know who's who. It's amazing.
Yeah, it was a very tough battle, especially at the turning, because we all collided all at once. Thank God we were going the other way than everyone else. It was fantastic, I have to say. It was quite an experience. First time doing this. The reason we won, obviously. Yeah.
Very modest, very modest.
I know, it's so true though. It's really true. Thank you.
All right, go get your trophy.
I will gladly shake it up for McDonald's lovers all around the world, America, etc. Yeah, no, thank you very much.
Throwing things over to Cathy and Matt.
Well, I got to tell you, Cathy, who knew that a disembodied clown would be one of the keys to victory there, keeping ahead of the other contestants, but no shortage of highlights there in our grand champion heat.
Do you know my son's favorite food was cheeseburger, French fries? Now he's going to take a look at this in a whole different light. Congratulations to everybody in the McDonald's team who did such a spectacular job. And it was also one of the largest boats that we had.
Absolutely, yes. Not just aerodynamics being the only key to planning. As we see here and there, the Rae-Anne Holmes team coming around the buoy. Just love the Vikings and the style, the spirit from them. And as our winner just mentioned there, just kind of just a huge traffic jam right around the buoy. I can only imagine what must have been said between all the other teams up there. That would probably be a show not suitable for community television. But
I hear you, Matt. I think that one wonders really what's going through their minds as they're coming together to come around a little yellow ball in the middle of the water.
Absolutely. And we see the second place team there, the Nanaimo Child Development Centre, obviously very popular. A wonderful job with them, ended up in second place. So we see them racing up towards to get to the bell. So Cathy, I got to say, an absolutely wonderful race there, and we do have to offer our congratulations, your 2017 Nanaimo Silly Boat Regatta champions, McDonald Restaurants of Canada. Well, that was an absolute blast of a day, some amazing races, and again, a great showcase for the city of Nanaimo, and great to get the word about the Nanaimo Child Development Centre. Cathy, again, your first time seeing this event, so just your thoughts on how the day went.
I'm in wowland, like absolute wowland. You know, I've been a sailor now for about 8 years. I never imagined that silly boats could be more fun than sailing, but we got to see that today. Some really, really great boats, incredible teamwork, everybody working together to try and raise $125,000. I hope that they made it. I think they probably did. It was a splendid event and something that I look forward to seeing again next year.
Absolutely, yeah. Let's talk about, again, the creativity with the boats, all the different designs really well on display. display. So a huge shout out to all the teams who participated. And now Rae-Anne, obviously down, I wouldn't say on the beach, but actually in the water, obviously getting to see the racers as they came in and seeing that spirit. Just tell us a bit about, again, your experience on the day.
Yeah, the energy was amazing. I feel like a lot of super soaker things, like I got soaked. And your team, obviously, like you fit in right away. And I feel like they didn't win because you weren't there. But yeah, a lot of creative designs, a lot of boats that I thought, oh, they'll never make it, came first. So it was a great day full of surprises and full of a lot of excitement.
Absolutely, yeah. There's no sort of rhyme or reason almost to the boats that succeeded really well. But again, that's just the whole point. We're not here, it's not professional boat builders, it's not professional paddlers, it's folks coming together, helping out the Nanaimo Child Development Centre, having a great time. So speaking of that, for which, if you want information on the race in terms of times, finals, awards, that sort of thing, do go to the Silly Boat website. We'll put the graphic up on the screen for you there. As well, for more information on the Nanaimo Child Development Centre, who are here today to support, check out their website, nanaimocdc.com. Finish off, I just want to send a huge thank you to all the Shaw TV Nanaimo staff here, and of course a huge, bigger, massive, and definitely seaworthy thank you to all of the Shaw TV volunteers who are here today to help make this happen. Also send one more shout out to Panago and Thrifties for getting some food and drink for our crew over the course of the day. Much appreciated. So finally, on behalf of myself, Rae-Anne, Cathy, and all of us here, thank you so much for watching Shaw TV's coverage of the 2017 Nanaimo Silly Boat Regatta in support of the Nanaimo Child Development Centre. Sail on.